Color analysis client shared the following in her submission contents. I'm literally just going to read it directly to you. She was born with very light blonde hair that turned ash mousy by the time she was 10. She doesn't have any photos of her in her childhood or early adulthood. Her eyes are warm olive green with brown and gold flecks. And I've put a picture of her eyes in this post to start off with because so many people get hung up on looking at eyes and forgetting the other ingredients in a color analysis. I hear often things like, I can't be that result because my eyes have gold flecks in them or what have you. And I say, you're missing the other puzzle pieces. When I do a virtual color analysis, here are some summary components I look at. I look at natural hair development over time, and pictures are ideal to have because sometimes people forget. And I do look at eye patterns, but looking at your eyes is just a hypothesis. The other puzzle pieces have to tell the same story. And I also look at skin characteristics over time because each color analysis season usually has skin characteristics expected to be seen over time. And then ultimately I move on to the color comparisons, which also have to tell me the same story as everything I just spoke about. And so if you are processing a color analysis result and going, oh, but I can't be that because my eyes say this and what have you, I would say look at the other pieces of the puzzle because ultimately too, some people might have multiple seasons shown in their eye pattern, let's say, and going through the process, they can't identify what's in their eye easily. And so going through the other steps of the process and arriving at the end and then looking back at your eyes, sometimes you'll be able to see things a bit clearer after doing that. Ultimately, if you can't see what's in your eye and don't have experience seeing what's in your eyes, I wouldn't worry about it. I would just look at the other aspects of the process and pay, frankly, more importance on those. This client was color analyzed in the 80s as an autumn, she shared. And some people who aren't professionals, she also shared, had suggested prior to her color analysis with me that she was a summer. And then something so fun in her submission was added because she had watched a video of mine where I said sometimes the colors that you gravitated towards in your teens actually end up being your color palette. And she shared her favorite colors when she was a teen was light aqua, peach, coral, and when she painted her bedroom in her teens, she chose a light spring green. Okay, so now let's color analyze this person together. She is a color analysis client that has given me permission to share her color analysis with all of you. And here's a view of her natural coloring isolated. I want to just also say again that she previously shared that she was born with light blonde hair that turned ash mousy by the time she was 10. And so I find sometimes people use the words ash mousy, particularly if they're given a warm palette result, if they don't have obvious warmth in their hair, which not necessarily means their hair is ash mousy. It could just be their hair isn't showing obvious warmth. And so when you're thinking through these details, when color analyzing somebody, you have to sort of think through, I wonder if it's just because her hair wasn't showing obvious warmth. Step 1 of color analysis, cool is here, warm is here. Definitely her face is shadowed and heaviness at the jawline. We're looking at a process of elimination here. This one isn't perfect, but it's definitely better. Her face is brighter, there's lift to the jawline, you're more inclined to focus on the color. Over here as well, the color swallowing her up. And I just want to repeat, color analysis is not about matching to your eye color. And it's about matching to you here on your skin. And when you do that, your eyes appear more brighter and there's more focus and attention drawn to your eyes, which is the goal of color analysis, so we can see you. Here's another look at cool versus warm. I have chosen colors where I think it's easier to see because sometimes people have trouble seeing these comparisons. The winner over here is on the warm side. So she leans warm. Because she leans warm, moving on to step 2, we look at spring versus autumn, which are the warm home seasons. And now I don't see autumn being better. I see the color shadowing her, swallowing her up, heavy at the jawline. She's brighter, her skin's more even, and a more vibrant consistency over here, lift to the jawline. So I see spring as being better here. And again, I hopefully have chosen colors where it's easier for you to see. Here's another look at spring versus autumn. I'm not liking what's going on over here, shadowing on her face, swallowing her up, the color's overwhelming her. It's difficult to focus on her here. And over here, she is the person easily to look at over here. Her face is bright, lift to the jawline. And, there's a lot of vibrancy happening here. Sometimes you can ask, what shirt would you prefer seeing this person in? And definitely I would prefer seeing her in this shirt. When step 3 of color analysis was done, looking at the options of color seasons in the spring color family, this client received a true spring result. And here's one of the after pictures she sent in. She also shared that she couldn't be happier with a true spring result. She suspected she might be a spring, even though for years that with her green, brown, hazel eyes, she was told that she couldn't be a spring or summer, but had to be an autumn. And she has been enjoying processing the palette and can't wait to try out the rest of the colors in her palette. Here's another picture that she supplied in the True Spring family of colors. Autumn colors usually recommend more of a deeper brown, so she switched it up and moved to more of a spring brown family colors. Thank you so much for sharing your color analysis with us all. I am so happy that you're enjoying your True Spring result. Yay, True Spring!